Hi, Jim.
Hey YouTube, welcome back. We're back here for the very special guest of the day, of the year, of the season. My good friend from Canada, Mike from Canada.
Hi, YouTube.
Welcome. Mike is an experienced beekeeper. He's got what, like, how many hives do you have now?
12.
He's got 12 hives, 8 years of beekeeping. Plus, it was last summer that you did the commercial work in
Manitoba.
Manitoba,
yeah.
Western Canada, on a farm with 800 hives. So he's had his hands in a lot of hives. We picked the windiest day of the year for an inspection.
The bucket blows away.
So here's what we're going to do today. We 4 or 5 days ago when I opened the hive, I saw my first varroa on the bees. And today we're going to open up the hive, and I'm going to let Mike do an inspection. So we're going to watch Mike. He's going to do what he does, and I'm going to ask questions, and we're going to just see how a real professional beekeeper opens a hive. And
all my bad habits on display.
yeah, no, it's going to be fun. And I'm going to just see how it's done, and watch him do what I probably should be doing. So let's get into it. I'm going to open up the hive, and Mike will get his hands dirty. One other thing is, last night I actually put on the bottom board, I put Crisco on the bottom to see if any mites had dropped through. So I'm going to open that up right now and just have a look. All right, so on our bottom board here, we have seen there are a couple of varroa on the board in the past like 20 hours. All right, we're going to open it up now. All right, so the lid comes off. It's been about 4 days, 5 days. Is it empty? That's good. All right.
Looks good. They're up to something. Now, what's this? Am I going to pry that off if I...
Those are nickels. Those are my ventilation nickels. So this is my ventilation.
That's a great idea. I like that.
This has been a common thing that
common
people
suggestion.
have talked about. Put nickels on your bottom board.
Right.
For ventilation up and out.
Nice. And where would you traditionally leave that?
I just lean it over here somewhere.
So my inclination would be to leave it on the front, because some of those bees will have never been out of the hive before.
That's what I do too. I put it right
Yeah.
there. That's exactly where I put it. Oh, I don't actually do that, but I lean it right on that stone.
Yeah. You can actually, it's fun, sometimes you see them just marching up all in a line. So this has got nothing in it, hey?
That, as of 4 days ago, there was nothing there, yeah.
So the only one really that has a shot of having anything in it's probably in the middle, yeah?
Right.
Did you brad nail these, or?
No, those came constructed.
So they're working, but not hard enough.
That's it. That's what it's been for now 3 weeks. Just no.
But
nothing.
Everything else is full, huh?
Yep.
Ventilation nickels. I love that. It's hilarious.
See, this is my problem.
Yep.
All this comb is just super wide, and it's just I don't want to dig that out, because there's going to be a giant honey waterfall going down there.
I wonder. Oh. Yeah, someone got squished there. Sorry, pal. So this is I keep in 8 frame, or in 10 frame, not 8. So it looks like. I wonder why they did that. Well, I don't see any. I mean, you're only getting a very small sample, but I don't see any varroa there on the top.
No, I don't either. The ones I saw were down in the bottom frame.
Yeah, probably the end.
I'll move this out of the way.
Yeah, that's really, like, it's all brace comb. I wonder why they did that. Is this whole box like that? Is there any brood in here? The last time you looked?
I haven't looked in a couple weeks on that one.
To me, this looks like it's all honey.
Lift it up. It's super, super heavy.
Well, if I can. Oh, yeah. I think we can safely say that that's all honey. Well, this looks nice. This isn't as brace combed as the other one.
No, this is much easier to get out.
Well, so they're using it as a proper brood box. They're well trained. So my inclination is always to go for the second frame.
Okay.
Because the odds are pretty good that this is just food anyway.
Yep.
So I loosen that back one first.
Yep.
And then I try and grab this.
My on Thursday the queen was on this frame here, and that happened to be the first one I pulled out.
Okay, we'll brood all the way out. Nice one. That's a very nice pattern. No, I always try to get like sun right over my right shoulder.
Okay.
So then, again, my inclination would be a box right there, and I would put that down on an angle like that.
Meaning?
Like, so I would be sitting on
Okay.
a bucket, and
Okay.
I have that box here, and I put it down so that the sun was on here,
Ah.
so they're not roasting.
Okay.
But whatever, we can do that. Do you want to just repack it like this, or because that's what I would do? I would put that there, but that's bad because it's sun like beating down on it.
Sure.
So if this was rotated,
I mean, what I usually do, just put it right in, just
Okay.
hang it. I mean, what?
nope. There's
is
no.
there a
You don't.
reason that wouldn't?
Nope. This is not bad.
Oh, okay.
It's just like I'm just explaining what I would do.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, classic, like, you do this, you loosen it, and as you pull, you don't look at the frame you're pulling, you look at the frame you're pulling away from, right? Because it could be that she's moved right to there, and then you know what frame she's on. I don't see her though. So that's just drones in the middle there. Yeah, there's eggs.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me the eggs.
So there's a whole pattern of them right here. All those
Okay.
cells have eggs in them. And they're not quite in the center of the cell. They're like a little bit north of the center and pointing at you. And a couple of them are on their side actually, which is
Okay.
like an eighth of a grain of rice kind of thing. This looks good though. I'm not complaining. And I haven't seen any varroa. That doesn't mean they're not there because we know they're there.
All right, we're gonna put this one back in.
Yeah, you can just put it.
Yeah, turn it around.
Yeah. That's a great frame. So that's the kind of frame, when I'm
See-
saying like, when you steal the
Yep.
best frame to make a nuke, that's
Yep.
the kind of frame you're looking
Yep.
for.
That's all the ones in the bottom. Some were fat, some were, but they've sort of like made them all nice and straight now. Like the top is what's the crazy.
This is
crazy
the other
part.
reason I like this one, because
Yeah.
you can do this.
Yep.
You just kind of shoo everybody away, and then when you go to leave her, there's no chance of squishing anybody. So I do that, and nothing can squish. Right, so even here, when they're all up against it, you can just do that and the shoo down.
Yep.
And then because I find if you use the flat one, there's a good chance of you like with the tip like,
Sure.
and I know it doesn't have a hook, but you can do this too. You hold one side and,
Yep.
and then you get under like that,
Well-
which is quite easy. I don't know, it's just what you're used to, I suppose. Oh man, that's a great frame too. They're not capped, but. And you said your queen's blue dot?
She's blue, yeah.
It's amazing that it's lasted this long. The dot, I mean. Okay, out of the way, ladies. Shoot. So your belief is that if you were a betting man, she's on this frame, eh?
That's where she was Thursday. She's probably not there anymore. She could be up in the upper box.
Well, it's kind of windy, so she's probably running away from us. That frame's almost entirely eggs.
That's where she was Thursday. That's why.
You see her on the back?
I do not.
And I'm not. There's a lot of young bees on this frame. There's actually a freshly hatched one. So the other like varroa thing you look for is like screwed up wings, right?
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if it's the varroa themselves that cause that at the larval stage, or if there's some like, you know, if you have a varroa, then you have a pretty good chance of getting this virus. But yeah, so if you see like crinkly wing, that means you've got a lot of varroa. Oh. I don't see her on that other frame either.
She's probably up in the other box.
Yep. This looks great.
Here, hold that one up.
Like that, they're keeping food at the top.
So there's honey at the top.
Well, there's not that much honey at the top. There's lots of pollen in there though.
Oh,
like,
good.
That's getting all packed in like from today, right?
Yeah.
Remember when we saw them all that white?
Yep.
Yeah, you can see that little pocket of it.
Any varroa?
I don't see any. It's great light right now actually for seeing them because it's dead on.
Yep.
All right. So we were calling this the brood box, but it looks like she might not be in here. Okay, you, come on, get out of there. That's a silly place. So that's a brood frame as well.
Yeah, that's the main entrance where they come in. That's probably going to be a lot of pollen, right?
Yeah, pollen and drones. It'd be odd if she was against the wall.
Right. I don't see her. But you notice the pattern of the comb, how it just kind of ends there? They just kind of stopped.
They'll get to it.
Okay.
They're just not in a rush. I think that's probably why they're not pulling out your mediums.
Right.
Because they haven't finished
They
this yet.
haven't finished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever watched them unpack the pollen?
No.
I think there's one about to do it here. She's right here, and she just kind of like is like looking for a spot. You see her with the bright orange, safety orange, like right here.
Uh-huh.
So you can use like her middle legs to strip that all off. I wonder if we're gonna get to see it. It's really funny. It's like when you see a fly washing its face with its elbows.
Uh-huh.